welcome to another interesting segment of Home Truth Nigeria. Today, we're going to talk on the topic the most difficult part of marrying a Nigerian man. Over the years, anytime I meet lovely ladies from across the world married to Nigerian men, there's one question I always stop to ask. What do you consider the most difficult part of being married to a Nigerian man? And a lot of them are quick to share what they think are the difficult parts and also the fun parts. But for the sake of today's video, I'll be talking about the difficult part according to these ladies of being married to a Nigerian man. Now, it is very important to understand that there could be a slight shift, change in character, behavior of the Nigerian man you dated from the Nigerian man you're going to get married to. There are a lot of women who complain like there are certain things he did while we were dating that he's not doing now we're married. It's more or less like there's a gradual shift in personality, behavior, and expectation from the Nigerian man. And I totally understand because you see, dating is like a dress rehearsal, it's like a practice match, while marriage is the real thing. Now, because of this misunderstanding, it has led to a lot of marriage dissolution and divorce from women who can't cope with certain things they've encountered during marriage. Now, over 80% of women who I spoke to about this, a lot of them gave positive reviews and remark, and they gave their point on what they think is the most difficult part being married to a Nigerian man. And today I want to share with you. Now, basically, what are these things? Now, the first thing you would encounter when you marry to some Nigerian men, not all, is gender roles. Now, you know, there are certain societal expectation that is associated with gender roles, especially being a woman and a man. You know, some people are very okay with traditional gender roles, and some people don't find it at all funny. However, for most Nigerian men, traditional gender roles seems to be very important. Oh, it is very important. Firstly, the Nigerian man understands he has a primary role and a function as the man in the house. And this includes to work and to provide for his family, to make sure they have a roof over their head, they are not hungry, and the bills are paid and sorted out in time. And at the same time, he expects the wife to manage the house affairs, you know, which includes cooking, cleaning the house, making the house a home. Now, there are women who complain that when they were dating, especially dating the Nigerian man, cooking wasn't a big problem. But as soon as they got married, he started demanding for his food. And it was then these women, they knew that Nigerian men basically love to eat. And they love to eat home cooked meal. So the lady said she had to buckle up, and then she started learning on how to, you know, prepare the meal the Nigerian man, you know, loves, because she understood that there was a different shift in personality as soon as they got married. When they were dating, this wasn't so much of a problem, but the moment they got married, the dude wanted his food. And that lady said, I had to learn the Nigerian traditional meal to save my marriage because I noticed my Nigerian man started giving a lady from Africa who was studying money to cook some traditional African meal. And I wasn't going to sit by and let another lady steal my man. Now, why some said it was challenging because, you know, they also work full time, but then a lot of them noticed that the Nigerian man, you know, when they had a discussion about this, the Nigerian man told them, look, why don't you work half day, half time so you can run the house, and why I work full time or even means doing extra jobs so we can at least complement each other. Now, this totally depends on the financial power and strength of the Nigerian man you are getting married to. Now, one thing I want to pass is that when you are with a Nigerian man, you are expected to encounter gender role, at least for most Nigerian men. And if it's something you are not used to or something you totally oppose, it is totally fine. But you may have problem with a lot of Nigerian men going forward because a lot of women have left their marriages because of this, because of the you know the strictness in terms of gender roles. So most Nigerian men yes, will not cook when you're home. Some will not clean when you're home. Not that they can't, but because of their belief in traditional gender roles, they could be a little bit stiff. A lot of Nigerian men, they're very flexible with that. They don't mind. But most Nigerian men will have a problem if you don't meet up to the traditional gender role. Now, the next point is Nigerian men are stubborn. This is true. Nigerian men are very stubborn. Even me talking to you, I stubborn die. I'm very stubborn. Well, in Nigeria, in as much as our men love our partners, we sometimes find it very difficult, to listen to them. In fact, some Nigerian men will even consider what their friends and siblings and parents are saying before they would consider what their partner, is basically saying to them. They don't do this basically to hurt you. They just are like that. They do what they want to do, what they have in their mind, irrespective of what you as a partner you've said. So you could spend time, telling your Nigerian man how you think he should do this and that. At the end of the day, he would first do what he has in his mind before he comes to yours. But the truth of the matter, as I said before, is that for the Nigerian man, he's not doing this out of spite or resentment. It is just how some of us are. The truth of the matter is that when a Nigerian man thinks you are telling him too much of what to do, it begins to look like you are controlling. So at some point, he would like, okay, you don't tell me what to do. I'm the man. I will do what I want to do. Now, this doesn't mean we don't love our partners. We just, first want to try the brilliant ideas we have in our mind and the top of our head. And if it fails, we would look at what our siblings, parents, friends have to say. And then maybe we would crawl back to our wives and then ask what they think. I know this drives a lot of women crazy. One lady said, initially, my man does not listen to anything I say. And then after some time, I notice anything I say to him, he doesn't do it. I stopped talking. And then he noticed I wasn't saying anything the moment he brings up an idea. So he came to me and asked me, "Why don't you talk anytime I bring idea?" And this lady said, "Well, I told him, well, if I speak, you don't do what I asked you to do at the end of the day. So it was better I kept quiet." So the Nigerian man was like, "Well, why don't you just speak? When you speak, I would listen this time around." So this lady told me she took her time, started telling the Nigerian husband, "This is what you have to do. Do you understand?" And the Nigerian man nodded, "Thank you for for your opinion and everything." At the end of the day, the Nigerian man left and did what he wanted to do. She said at that point, she was like, "No, that's the end." So the truth of the matter is that Nigerian men can be very stubborn. They can be very, very stubborn. And our point is, we can be very controlling. Nigerian men can be very controlling, but not in a bad way, as most women think. We believe we have the manual on how you can live your best life now, not in heaven now. And we believe we can keep you safe, keep you away from harm, and if only you listen to us from our book of wisdom. And we just need you to hand over, the remote control of your life and watch us transform you into the best version of yourself. From the way you dress, the way you style yourself, how to talk, how to behave. We even go fast, changing your diet, telling you to stop smoking, don't drink alcohol, and we just want to be in control. If only you would trust us to be the king of your life, the king that can control everything. Let us think for you. Let us plan you, direct your path, help you to be the best version of yourself. So Nigerian men can be controlling sometimes. Now it's not like we're doing this because we have this we're power hungry. It's just, again, like I say, to most Nigerian men, it is coming from a place of love. when you say a Nigerian man coming to complain that you're eating a lot of sugar, you're drinking fizzy drinks, you're drinking a lot, you're smoking a lot, doesn't like your lifestyle, you're adding weight, and other things. He's not trying to make you feel bad. It's just something coming out from a place of love, liebe, from a place of amor, love. That's where it's trying to come from. And it's important to understand this first. So in case your Nigerian man is complaining about certain things, don't take it too personal. He just wants the best from you most times. Another point is we expect you to read our minds. Nigerian men expect you to know what to do. Basically, they want you to read their minds. A lady once told me, my Nigerian man calls me or writes me every day he closes from work. He will say, "Hey, babe, I'm done for the day. I'm heading home." And she's like, "Okay, see you soon." So after "see you soon," the Nigerian man gets home. And the moment he gets home, she meets the man with a long face, angry face. And she starts, wondering, like, uh, what did I do? Why are you angry? You just got home. You should be, like, at least happy to see me after 8, 9, 10 hours of work. And this was happening repeatedly, and she didn't understand what was going on. So she had to speak to the sister of the Nigerian man. And she explained to the sister, and the sister said, "Well, when he calls you or writes you to say, 'Hey, babe, I'm done from work, I'm heading home,' he's passing a message to you to, like, 'Hey, get my food ready. I'm coming home. I'm very famished. I'm hungry.'" And the lady said, she got the trick. And from that period, the moment he calls and passes that information, she gets his food already. So, some of these things are signs. Sometimes they call, they write, and they expect you to know what to do. And yes, it can be very frustrating. And it can be very frustrating, especially when you know that, okay, he could just branch somewhere and get dinner or get food and then come home. Why does he always have to, you know, tell me to make dinner for him? And that lady told me, once my husband comes back from work, I prepare his food, I serve him while he's waiting in the living room. The summary of it all is, when you're married to a Nigerian man, sometimes you need to be a mind reader. You need to understand him. And there are certain things he doesn't have to tell you because he expects you to know them. So when he's quiet and he's not speaking, and he's just having this angry mood, throwing tantrums, he expects you to meditate, go inside of you, travel into the spirit realm, and then see what the problem is. Because if you go and start something with him while he's in that mood, he's going to tell you, "Can't you see I am sad? Are you not seeing right now in my face that I'm sad?" So, yes, we expect you to read our mind. Now, sometimes a lot of women I know, of course, they grow frustration because they want the Nigerian man to basically, like, communicate what he's going through. That's why you're there as a partner. But the truth of the matter is that if you marry a Nigerian man who doesn't speak too much, who doesn't communicate so much, you will be left in a position where you have to read his mind to understand what you're going through, what he's going through. A lot of them also believe, given your age and home training, you should know what to do. Meaning, if you come into a home, you should keep the house clean. Meaning, at certain point of the day, you should cook. At certain period, you should do this. And some would even go as far as questioning how you were brought up. And they were like, "How did they raise you?" Because if they raised you to this point, you should know this is the right thing to do. So, guys, some Nigerian men would expect you to read their mind and their thoughts. And finally, family involvement. One lady told me, my Nigerian man has family members everywhere and they are endless. He has endless brothers, sisters. I do not know. And sometimes when I ask him questions, but I don't know these people you're referring to, blood brothers and sisters, because they are not your siblings. He tells me, well, now you know them. They're my brothers and sisters. And that lady said there is an endless request for money from family members and relatives from Africa, from Nigeria. And this is a constant problem for them because they always need to send money back to Nigeria. And that lady said all the money the man makes goes back to Nigeria because he's trying to build a house. Now, guys, the truth is, Nigerians are very social, and if a Nigerian meets another Nigerian in a foreign soil, they may likely refer to themselves as brothers, sisters. It doesn't matter if they are related by blood or not. The most important thing is they are related by nationality. And guys, again, it is very normal for Nigerians to send money home, to loved ones, to parents, to siblings or nibblings. Apart from that, we also love to take care of our own. A lot of Nigerians you see abroad, you're married to, you're enjoying today, a lot of them were actually sponsored to travel to the country you met them. Some were sponsored by their siblings, by their relatives, by uncles, and when they go there and they make a little bit of break financially, they try to return that favor, to individuals that actually helped them, while they were back home. So this is totally normal. A lady said to me that because they were having constant problem with this sending money back home, she noticed the Nigerian man always would sneak behind and send money. She decided to take it up upon herself to do the sending of the money for peace to reign instead of the man sneaking behind him and then sending money. So, guys, as you've seen, it's different strokes for different folks. So it's important, guys, to understand that. It's important to understand that over the years, a lot of ladies married to Nigerian men have told me these are some of the things they perceive to be difficult with their marriage. A lot after a few years of being together, uh, can see that it comes from a place of love. You can see that it comes from a place of care. Not because these Nigerian men, they are power driven or anything, and they get used to it and they adjust to it. And most of them are enjoying their marriages. Some are married for decades. Now, my question to you is: would you want to get married to a Nigerian man who believes in traditional gender roles, who can be very stubborn, occasionally controlling, and I expect you to read his mind? Plus, he's got family responsibilities. Comment in the comment section. Let me hear what you have to say on that. Now, guys, the next video I'll be talking about the fun parts of getting married to a Nigerian man, according to these women. So basically, what the Nigerian men bring to the table when you're married to them. So, guys, again, as always, if you've got questions, you can write me on hometruth86 at gmail.com. Please like, share, subscribe. Home Truth Nigeria. Peace out.